Heyo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. Looks like the markets are doing pretty well. What's up, Lupek? Good morning. Kevin, what up? Olivier, Jeremy, Calm, Wookie, Miguel, how you doing? Yeah, of course the markets are up here again. Yeah, of course. What's up, Faust? How you doing? Evan, what up? Evan in early. I'm glad you woke up at like, what is it, 5 in the evening for you or something to join the stream. Welcome. I should make you a mod just for being here this early. What's up, Justin? How you doing? Lazy Eyes, how you doing? Andrew, Dallin, what's up? Tech, Froggy, J.A., what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome, welcome. How y'all living? What up, Grizz? Sammy, what up? How do you know it's only 3:30? So, a ton of options expiring. A ton of options expiring today. It's the largest triple witching ever. Oh, let's see what else. You know, FOMC was Wednesday. Fed left rates unchanged as expected. I did not trade it. I don't trade FOMC. Powell said he's seeing slowing employment and higher inflation, which would be stagflation, which would not be good. Obviously, there's geopolitical stuff going on. There's the Israel-Iran conflict. So changes there could spark some movements in the market today. In general, it's as Eddie says, it's Capital Preservation Friday. Okay, you want to see a spike down to 48 and a run up? Yeah, I like that too. I really like that. I was about to mark that on my chart on NASDAQ, actually. Kind of a similar area here. That's like a Carmine trade too. This kind of thing right here. Here we are. This is a key level. You know, it's all in yellow for a reason. I just wanted to watch it. I didn't expect us to get here that quickly. But market's been pumping. So this is a supply zone. And then also, why did I mark this on the chart? Let's look. Oh, let's just look like an hourly or something. Let me delete this box for now. I want to see us sweep this swing high here. Then we also have these wicks here. And then we have 16th, is that Monday? The 16th high right here. So I just wanted to gauge strength and see if we had enough juice to get past the first one here. And ES, same kind of thing on ES. So this yellow is a little bit too opaque for me, so let me lighten it up a bit. There we go. I just wanted to delineate it from just supply zones and stuff like that. But we did have 1 hour supply zone that ES is tapping into. Plenty of supply zones here on NASDAQ as well. So, you know, this is strong. I mean, look at the hourly here on NASDAQ, very strong. Same on ES. Hard to want to short any of that. That's for sure. So let's see if we do get a bit of a rejection somewhere up here in all these supply zones and liquidity levels. Maybe there's something worth putting risk on. But for the most part, I don't know. I'd want to see the buyers dry up a bit before I try to counter this move, you know. Let's end the week strong, everybody. Have a good session. Do you know anyone who trades The RTH charts only. Yeah, like options traders might. Anyone who's just using like SPY, QQQ, they might do that. For futures, to me, it just makes sense to at least be aware of overnight. Like I love looking for the overnight highs and lows to get swept. So I think it's all relevant for sure. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Capital Preservation Friday? I thought it was Degen Friday. Well, for you, Evan, it is. For everyone else. So, status of accounts. Apex. Trailing drawdown caught up to me, which is disappointing because the trade I had on Wednesday, the long trade, I hold to my target with minimal, no drawdown, essentially with just minimal pullbacks, and I passed the accounts. Unfortunately, and then on stream you saw I took profit early on a pullback and went from a nice green day into a red day, and trailing drawdown got me. It is brutal. It's very hard for me to adjust to that. I haven't been used to that, and I've been trading that for about a year, and it is hard to try to adapt. Because with this evals, I want to be more aggressive with them because I hate wasting time in evals, but you gotta do it in a way that really ensures that trailing drawdown just doesn't come and get you. Which is hard to do. So right now, I do trade all the other platforms I trade don't have trailing drawdowns. I just really wanted to do 20 Apex accounts and get my avenge myself essentially, redeem myself from last year. But right now, the account you see open on screen is a Topstep Combine, actually. It's the 810 is from yesterday. I don't know why that P&L won't reset. I've restarted the program twice. So the P&L is from yesterday. We had pretty good market movement in the open yesterday, even though it was a half day. So I took a few trades. Other account also ended up red on Wednesday, and then a small green yesterday. So I'm down a little bit on this account now, down by $800. It's been a tricky week, as expected. Rollover week with other stuff going on. What's up, Mr. Bond? What's up, Griffin? How you guys doing? ES starting to we're seeing some divergence as usual between the two. ES is leaking lower a little bit easier than NASDAQ. NASDAQ's kind of barcoding at the moment here. So really clean rejection. Sorry, ignore. Really clean rejection here at 1 hour supply in my highlighted zone there on ES. Same on NASDAQ, nice rejection of 30-minute supply. Also part of the highlighted zone. I just deleted the box because it was just a bit too much. I'm doing fine, Griffin. Doing all right, yeah. Hanging in there. Let's check out VIX this morning. VIX near the lows from, what was that, Wednesday? New highs there on NASDAQ. You can really clearly see the divergence on ES if you couldn't before. ES not that close to its highs. About 10 points away or so. Another wick. Not the most exciting of opens. Yesterday was more exciting than this. Yesterday we had a better open and it was a freaking holiday. Anyone got any cool summer plans? I don't know. I might take a trip. Might take a trip to Iceland. Been a few times before, but never done like a full dedicated like week-long trip there. And I want to see more of it. So I might do that. Wookie, summer is far for you. We're still in winter. What are you in Australia? Great, you're going to Lake Havasu. Nice. And Mammoth. Very nice. I mean, I've been to the Faroe Islands twice, and it's awesome. It's just, you know, it's a bit of a hassle. You got to get on another plane, or you could do a ferry. But, you know, I've been there twice and spent a fair amount of time in the Faroe Islands, and I feel like I've seen it pretty good, you know, a couple times, and I love it there. But come back to Denmark, yeah, I would like to. We could live stream your trip, yeah. Jeremy, you going to Sri Lanka? Nice. I can't imagine having like the month of June and July, like thinking that that's winter. That'd be so weird to me. But I mean, how cold is it where you're at? Does winter get that cold? I mean, I figure if you're in a coastal city in Australia, it's going to be pretty moderate, right? All right, so grinding higher. Naturally. Where you live, it's like 8 degrees. Okay, that's like colder than I thought it'd be probably. What is that, 46 Fahrenheit or so? $16 degrees, that's a bit more like what I was thinking. Sounds like some LA weather. What's QLD? Is that Queensland? I don't know that abbreviation, but I'm assuming that's what that is. You gotta tell it to me in American, son. Okay, it is Queensland. All right. Well, it's just climbing higher. What is there to do, really? It's a wiki, too, so it's not that exciting. It's not enticing me to hop into anything right now. Cuba gets surprisingly cold in winter. Also, they don't have heaters or insulation. You went to film school in Cuba? You went to film school in Cuba? What? I've never heard of someone going to Cuba for film school. I'm surprised it gets cold down there, too. It's pretty... I mean, so much closer to the equator. I mean, I went to school in Florida, right? Which is not far away, but Central Florida, Orlando area. I remember, I think in January it got to like 30, maybe 32 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, just at freezing for like, you know, a couple, just in the mornings, you know, and then it'd warm up a bit in the afternoons. But yeah, I think I definitely kicked the heater on a few times. I mean, are you even? I'm surprised you're allowed to go to film school in Cuba, because you know how we have like in America, we had like sanctions. I think we still have sanctions against Cuba. You know, you're not allowed to do anything. You know, you weren't allowed to travel there. Then Obama lifted it, and I think Trump put the thing back on. So I don't even know. I'm actually fascinated by that. What drew you to Cuba for film school? I'm just really surprised. I didn't even know they had film school. You know, I didn't know anything about it. But I've been around some film kids, and I've never heard of anyone. You know, it's always like, oh, you know, maybe Columbia here in Chicago, or maybe what's the LA one? The sister school of Full Sail. Lars, I think. You went illegally? All right. He's a bad boy, Jake. Yeah, NYU is like obviously the biggest one probably. Even USC, UCLA. I'd be tempted, you know, to go to school. If I could do it again, I'd be tempted to go to school in California. But going to school in Florida was actually pretty fun. Because again, I'm from Indiana. I'm from Indianapolis, which is very landlocked. And the weather sucks. And it was fun being in, you know, driving distance to a nice beach. And we played beach volleyball and dodgeball all year round. It was a lot of fun. Let's go Pacers. Yeah, did you check that game? I signed up for a trial of YouTube TV so I could watch it last night. Man, we smoked Oklahoma City. It was fun to watch. That was like the first pretty much full game of basketball I've seen in years. But it was a good one. So we got NASDAQ leading the charge higher this morning so far. Had a nice tap into my some of my areas of liquidity. You know, swept Wednesday's high, which is what I wanted to see too. The next one would be Tuesday's high, which we came really close to. So honestly, buying pullbacks, looking for the Tuesday PDH sweep seems like a reasonable idea. It is quite possible we just roll over here too. So basketball so stop-start is infuriating. I mean, I watch football, which is the epitome of start-stop. So by my standards, basketball is a lot more fast-paced. There are too many fouls. It was like kind of sloppier than I remember, you know? Like, it felt sloppy, you know? Just like, guys just like breaking down the lane at like a million miles an hour and then just kind of like, just like trying to draw a foul, you know? I don't know. It just felt like a little different than the 90s basketball I used to watch. Which obviously it's different, but the game's changed a lot. But now I think hockey is actually one of the best sports for just like as much nonstop action as possible. Anyone can score at any time in hockey, which is cool. You know, it's not that big of a rink, so like, you know, they're always pretty close to scoring. It's just hard to do, so it's like kind of fun. And you know, there's not a lot of breaks compared to some of the other sports. He's describing Shy to an absolute T. I don't know who that is. They just fall over all the time. Yeah. Oh, it's the Thunder's best player. Yeah, see, I wasn't even paying attention. I don't even know. Yeah, it's like there's just so much like, it was so much slop. I don't know how else to say it. It was, you know, like out of control. Like they don't even have control over their body that much. All right. We might get a downtrend forming. We might get a little head and shoulders or something like that. I would be interested to watch for around this area here. Pull back. Similar spot on ES. ES is closer since it has relative weakness. This little green zone here on ES. Previous week high and previous day high swept. Nice. I mean, with basketball, you said you thought it was more of a contact sport. I mean, there's a lot of contact, but a lot of it's just kind of like, you know, marginal or incidental or whatever, you know. And you know, you gotta, if someone's got the ball, you gotta watch the hips and arms, I think, the most. If you think this is sloppy, you should have seen 2017 James Harden The foul baiting was so bad, people had to guard him from behind. That's funny. Does my funded futures expert plan not lock drawdown and sim funded? If so, how does payout work with that? No, I think it locks. Right, Eddie? There's an minimum account balance lock. I think once you make $2,100 of profit on like the 50K. Nice job, Miguel. 14 points on ES. Very good. You know who's also pretty good at drawing fouls back in the day was Reggie Miller. I mean, I loved it though. He had like that. He would kind of like lean in, you know, as he shot to try to draw a foul. It worked pretty good. And then he was a big overactor too, but he was awesome. I mean, he's goated. Okay, boomer. Honestly, 90s basketball was so fun though, man. Six ads. Grizz, how are you not on YouTube Premium yet, bro? That's crazy. YouTube's just going off. All right, push the delay ads button for like 10 minutes. Not a bad area to watch for a little bit of buyers here. How was it watching Larry Bird? I mean, that's a little bit. I mostly saw Larry Bird as a coach of the Pacers. He, you know, he was early. He was a lot of 80s and then early 90s, and then, you know. In the early 90s, I was but a wee lad. So, late, you know, mid to late 90s, Larry was done. Larry Legend. Yeah, I didn't really get to see much of Magic either. Dan showing his credentials. Jordan, I saw a ton of Jordan, yeah. But see, the thing is, kind of love to hate him. He was fun to watch, but I mean, he was, you know, as a Pacers fan, we played against him a lot. And, you know, there's a lot of the Eastern Conference Finals. It was Pacers and Bulls, or Knicks. Knicks and Bulls were like our biggest rivals, and so I hated the Bulls just because they always smoked us pretty much. So, but I mean, yeah, no, it was a great time to be watching basketball. That was fun. It was really fun. I loved it. I feel so nostalgic for it. Like, I'll put on, have you seen those? I think I showed on stream before. It was like the 4K up-res of like these 90s, you know, these finals and conference championships that people put on YouTube. They look really good. Have you made any money at all from trading that's actually hit your bank account? Yeah. Of course. All right, this is kind of the area I've been watching here on ES. He was amazing against those aliens on the Looney Tunes team. Yeah, man. The Monstars. Jordan crushes against the Monstars. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, you still holding short here? Isn't this the area though that you wanted? Oh, 54. Okay, so you got an higher. You're still looking for 48s. Gotcha. That looks reasonable. How long did it take you to get your first payout, and how did you learn from people or just by watching charts? Watch my Funded Trader series if you want to know how long it took. I mean, that gives you a pretty good idea, I think. It took over a year. I wonder if I have a code for this Funded Trader series, or like a command to watch it. I'm gonna make one just because I get asked that a fair amount. Let me make a command real quick in chat. What should the command be though? Alt F4. Good one. I'll just do series, exclamation point series. All right, if you want to check out like me trying to pass a combine and all that stuff, I think it's a really good series, man. I'm not just saying that because it's my own stuff. I don't think that highly of my own stuff. No, it's good to watch. Turn the music down, please. It's the same level it's at every freaking day, man, and no one complains. Right, chat? Is it not at the same volume it's at every single day? I'm not gonna turn it down just for one person. If like 5 people say it's too loud, then I'll be more likely to adjust, you know. Music is fine, good on my end, same to me. Yeah, this is what it's always at. I mean, if it bothers you, I understand and I don't take it personally. But it's just the way the stream is, I guess, you know. If I turn it down, then people are like, dude, I can't even hear the music, turn it up, you know? So you can't please everyone. I think it's at a reasonable volume, or what Jake would say, a perfect level. Let's see if we get 48 here on ES. I put my speakers to 100%. Could you please turn it down? My neighbors can hear you. I'm definitely looking for that jab lower now on ES, or sorry, NQ as well. It looks pretty reasonable here. 22K level. We do have VWAP as well, but definitely a 22K retest would be nice. Breaking Fed's Waller. The Fed is in position as early as July for cuts. Okay, I don't know about that. Evan, I want to make you a mod. I'm just worried you'll power trip. I'm worried I'll be like, oh shoot, this dude is too goofy to be a mod. Do you know on what MetaTrader is that what what's MT%? I don't even know what that is. You can long and short on the same contract. Hedge. I don't know what MT% is or whatever, but MT5. Oh, okay. MetaTrader. Well, you can't from like with futures you can't, because that's just straight up not allowed. If you're in at least if you're in the US. I think just on those instruments you're not allowed to. But nice target acquired from Miguel there. Nice short. I like that, man. You know, we already got the nice drop and not quite yet to your target, and so you re-shorted. That was really nice. Perhaps those who are best suited to power those who have never sought it. Indeed. I would agree with that 100%. You know, it takes a certain amount of ego to even run for like a high office, does it not? I'm the one who's got the answers. That takes some ego. All right, I'm gonna try this. Maybe a little early here. I'm gonna try the long, but this is my zone I wanted to see tested. Yeah, against CME rules. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Now the test was above 22K. It wasn't a clean 22K test. I'm also in with 2 contracts. I didn't really mean to go in with 2 contracts. I thought I was Set to go with 1. So, I may hop out of here. Just a little heavier than I want to be in for that type of trade. Matt, the trailing drawdown caught me on Wednesday, unfortunately. I think I'll give it another go next week, but I don't really want to do it again on a rollover week. Yeah, man, that trailing drawdown, I find it so difficult because that does not really work well with my style of trading. Definitely does not work well with it. So I have to adapt to that system. And I was planning on doing that once funded. Still with the eval though, I really like just, going for those higher point acquisitions. Nice, bigger trades. I like them. Intraday trailing drawdown is a scam. I don't like the overuse of the word scam, but it is not in the trader's best interest, absolutely. And the way you know that is by looking at, in case it wasn't obvious, just by looking at a firm's static account parameters compared to their trailing drawdown one, right? That tells you how important it is. Did we get 22? We still didn't hit 22K. All right. Crazy, you ain't never getting dental, boy. You ain't never getting it. Yeah, he's like, bro, you're speaking American to me. Still want to give this long another shot, probably, assuming 22K holds. And I can find a spot to get in. I still like it. What's up, G-Man? Wow, man, 2,000% profit. Is that in the options there? Very nice. You'll love to see it. Kind of seems bold to me to go in long on a holiday into triple witching, but hey, that paid handsomely. So who am I to say anything about that? Could see more downside before the move up. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. I do like it's at least slowing down right here at this level, making it at least interesting to watch. See if we can move away from it to the upside is what I'm after. I'll try this one more time here, just with one contract. Not sure about the likelihood of this trade, but it is part of my plan here, so I'll go with it. Oh, you forgot about the early close of market, so you got lucky, I guess. Nice. Yeah. Evan, rank the Nordic countries in order of your most, let's see, what's the best way to frame it? I stopped out there. As the ones you deem, maybe just favorites. Rank them. What's up, Botan? How you doing? All right, so it looks like we're heading lower here to VWAP. There's a VWAP hit on ES. Hey, Grizz, where should we go for our company retreat this year? It's me and the mods. Where should we go? Do not bottom tick me out there. That's a bottom tick stop out right now. Gross. Let's check the heat map. Norway, then Denmark, Sweden, Iceland, and Finland. All right, that's cool. You've never been to Finland and Iceland, so don't hate. You should go to Iceland at least, man. It's friggin' sick. I mean, maybe it's not. I mean, I still think it's got to be different enough from Norway, but it's very unique, in my opinion. Colombia? We're not doing coke, Grizz. No matter how many times you ask me. I always thought you're Scandinavian. I am not Scandinavian. Amsterdam? Yeah, Rachel was just saying this morning. She's like, we gotta go to Amsterdam soon. He wishes he was. Yeah, kind of, honestly, Evan. I like it over there. Definitely Detroit. Yeah, this year for the company retreat, we're going to Detroit. Sorry, there was a Groupon. What soccer players you know? Just maybe the most famous ones. Ronaldo, Messi, Beckham. Like I literally I don't know anything about. I know so little about the sport, man. It's a great documentary, great documentary series about Detroit called Detroiters. Everyone should watch it. Yeah, it's a documentary following an advertising agency. It's very realistic. Got any secret parlays on Game 7? No. I haven't done sports betting since football, since NFL was over. Need way more likes in here. Tom, I agree with you, man. Is everyone on strike from hitting the thumbs up button? What's going on? 35 likes for a Friday? Oof. It's not like I pissed in your Cheerios. Come on, guys. If we can get 100 likes, Tachyon will spawn with a joke. Well, don't deter people from liking it. Grizz, you're in 4 fantasy football leagues this year. Dude, the most I've done, I think, was 3. And that's too much. It's way too hard to keep track. And then you don't even know who to root for because you got guys on every which way. Now I'm just like, I'll do 1 max. Miguel, you're long hair? All right, well. Should I try this one more time? I think my P&L didn't reset, but I got to be close to max loss for a 50K account, right? We We gotta do a fantasy team for the stream. I don't know, that feels like that'd be... Oh, I guess we could do it through Discord or something. Get it set up that way. Be pretty fun. Draft Kenny Pickett? Dude, never. I mean, I never, he's kind of trash, man. I know you know that, but I was disappointed. I had higher hopes for him. But obviously our offensive coordinator was kind of goofy too. I always hate those videos where in the first few minutes they say, if this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll make another video. Yeah. Dude, we know you're making another video regardless. You're chasing that bread. So this was a good rejection of that zone. Really nice on ES there, really clear. Pretty good on NASDAQ too. Nice move through VWAP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I stopped asking people to like and subscribe to videos like a few years ago. But honestly, I do think people actually, it does help to remind them because there's a big difference when people engage with the video than when they don't. So it's annoying when people always say that, but the thing is, like, a lot of people forget to like it, right? So that's why, like, even on stream, you know, I'm like, hey, hit the like button. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot, sorry. And it does seem to matter. I don't think as much as commenting matters maybe the most. Frog, you need to work on your targets. What are you using now to determine targets? Just previous structure of sorts. Casey never says and got over 10 million subs. Well, he had other stuff going for him, you know. Kind of depends on the genre, you know. You guys. I remember back in the day, probably before I had a YouTube channel, I watched a Casey Neistat vlog. And, you know, the title's a little misleading, right? It was like a little, I didn't really understand what his thing was. Like, I didn't understand that he was doing like daily vlogs so much. And I was just like, okay, the video wasn't really about what the title said, but for whatever reason, I liked it anyways. Like, it was enjoyable to watch. And I found myself watching another one. I'm like, what? They're very, they made, yeah, it's good viewing. Like, I don't know what it is about his, I mean, you know, he's always big on like the 3-act structure, even for a vlog. And even if it's kind of loose, it made it pretty interesting to watch. I really like the daily vlogs he did. Like, I've gone back and, you know, just put it on, you know, a few years later, just put on his like daily vlog playlist and just let it play through. It's kind of fun to have on in the background. It's like nostalgic, you know, for me. Yeah, it's fun watching the daily vlogs are fun to watch, I think, from the right person. I'm gonna try one more time here. I don't know how much room I got for it until max loss or daily loss on here. I feel like I'm close to it. Unless Topstep didn't like reset my... You know what, maybe because yesterday was a holiday, they're counting it as today. I don't know. That's how I discovered you. How? Yeah, his videos now are just like, you know, someone paid him a bag and he's like, yeah, I can make a video. That'd be, but it's not the same, of course. Imagine a day in the life of a 300K YouTuber, aka me. Do it. We've done a few of those like on Mango Stream. Most of them, mostly kind of just jokes, but. All right, another stop there. Long's not working over here, that's for sure. Is the BPM accurate? Yeah, it's accurate. Luke, yep. Sometimes it freezes, like, or stalls. You know, if I walk away from my phone too far, it'll freeze and I'll have to like reconnect it. But other than that, it's always spot on as far as I know. Started searching for cinematic iPhone videos and found Mango Street. Nice. OG. Oh shit. PDH here. Evan found me through the 2023 Playboy Fireman calendar. Love the interview section. Yeah, you read it for the articles, don't you? Everyone says they just read it for the articles. Why the BPM? Well, I think it's interesting to see how a trade affects like physiological aspects. So like, you know, ideally, BPM stays the same when I'm in a trade or not. And so it's good to be conscious of that. Make sure you're continuing to, you know, breathe and keep things chill. And if your BPM is getting too cranked, then you're probably doing something you're not supposed to. Trading too big a size, overtrading, etc. You probably saw Mango Street and suggested after a Peter McKinnon video. Yeah. Yeah. But did you watch our collab with Peter McKinnon we did? Thanks, Zach. I appreciate that, man. Really do. We try to never make the same video twice, you know? Like, a lot of people do. We're like, oh, we did that. But, you know, we did it like 5 years ago, and, like, most people haven't seen it. But we do try to, you know, do our best to just do our own thing, and I appreciate that, though. Little doji of sorts there on the 5. The next 5 is about to close as well. Looks very doji-esque. Buying this pullback candle. I don't know. I've been spanked, what, like 3 times now trying to long this? I don't know if it's... I want to keep doing the same thing. And getting punished for it. I do like that ES is breaking a little higher. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. My flash. Hey, man, how's the market? You know, it's marketing. It's all right. There's some decent. I mean, that was a decent down move. I wasn't in on it, but it was pretty decent. It's a good rejection of a key spot and a nice move to VWAP. That was pretty good. Gotta say, Dan got me into gambling. Do what you want with that info. All right. I'm tempted to give it one more shot here. We'll go one more shot on the long here. That's it. Now, I still have MFFU that I haven't traded today. I am interested in making some progress on that account if the setup looks all right. To me, this looks decent on MFFU here. Yeah, Jim, we talked about that a little bit. I did watch that. That was fun. That was a fun game to watch as a Pacers fan. As a, not a, I won't call myself, as a former Pacers fan. Divergence now. ES is showing a little bit more strength here off VWAP. All right, that's another stop. That's it for that one. I'm not trying that long again right now. Not on this. It's just a combine, but that's spanked what 3 or 4 times now. Do I root for any of the Chicagoland teams? I do not. I am for football. I am a Steelers fan, and that's the only sport I actually watch. You know, regularly. All right, Tracy, do a day between like 4 and 12, something like that. 4 and 8, 3 and 8. I don't know. ES is looking better. NAS, those wicks, it's kind of treacherous. I do like that PDH is holding and the pivot here. What other levels are there here? I don't know what that other level is. 21,970. Why is that marked on my chart? I don't know. Pick going through QB. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I think that maybe I'm wrong because I don't really follow college, but the draft classes, there haven't been a ton of great QBs, and we're just never early enough in the draft to get someone like a franchise QB really, or you know, someone with a little high potential. And honestly, our offensive coordinators, you know, Matt Canada was garbage. Arthur Smith, I don't know how I feel about him yet. I mean, better than Matt Canada, but and Mike Tomlin, like I like Tomlin, but I do question some of his, I don't know, like loyalties to coaches or something. Sometimes I find him a little frustrating, but in general, I like him. All right, so pretty heavy drop there off 50s on ES. That's 13 points. Eddie, you sat in the short for basically a million hours. Glad it worked out. Nice. Coming into 4-hour demand here, so watch for buyers to show up here again. See if they got any interest in this level here, right at 900 level. What's up, Pink? I don't know. The morning's not like trading wise. Nah, you know. At least the funded one has 0 trades on it, and you know, you know me. I'm usually all over shorting, but the open felt so wicky. I wasn't that excited to hop in around 8:45 or so, and yeah, you know, obviously pretty good drop here. I was looking for the bounce. Interesting, you know, like as I said, you know, I love shorting, but And so I was looking for VWAP has been decent. When we don't open at VWAP, bounce at VWAP has been pretty good. People buying the dips. And that's not happening today so far. So we did get the sweep of 900 there. Looking for buyers to show up. It doesn't look like they're showing up right now. Let's check the heat map, see if there's anything interesting going on there. I got some overhead liquidity here in the 35s on ES. Could be interesting. Nice job, Luke. Well done. Enjoy your weekend. It's always fun going into the weekend on a nice green day. So yesterday I tried using ChatGPT to code an indicator in PineScript for TradingView. It was kind of neat. Like, you know, it writes me the code and then I paste it into the Pine editor, and then you know, I get a few errors. So then I say, all right, here's the first error, and it's like, oh, thanks for pointing that out. Like, replace that block with this block. You know, here's why the error happened. And so I'm like, all right, do that. And then it, you know, happens a few more times. So then it's like, all right, let's fix this, fix that. And it's kind of cool. Why is my VWAP so different on TradingView? The hell? It's weird. Does anyone else have Why is VWAP down here? That's strange. Huh. I don't know. Anyways, I was just trying to make an indicator that will automatically plot a line for a zero print on the volume profile, like without having to add volume profile. Just plot the zero prints for me. And honestly, I don't know if it works. I don't think there are any zero prints right now. And I just have it going like on a, like I don't know if you can back test it, you know, because I think it's just like looking at the current day, and I'm not good with code, but anyways, it's kind of interesting to help like a little plebeian like me figure out, you know, put together your own custom code. All right, so buyers are showing up here a little bit at the 4-hour demand and 900 level. How much, you know, how much juice they actually got? Let's find out. If they can push past the 50% retracement of the 5-minute candle, which would be 957.5. That shows a little bit of juice, and then I'd just watch for PDH, etc. to hold for more downside. What's a zero print? It's a spot like on where, you know, a lot of times when price will move fast, they're like, it'll like skip. There won't be any volume transacted like on the bid, and it'll be like, you can look on like a, sometimes it's easier to see like on a heat map, or sorry, like a footprint or whatever. And so a lot of times price will gravitate toward that zero print at some point in the session to fill it. Like Carmine, I think, has a whole video about zero prints. I mean, it's probably maybe a somewhat similar concept to a fair value gap, but it's like, it's less common than a fair value gap. No, I'm not trading FEGs. You did not hear that right. Nope. Rewind the stream. I did not never say anything like that. Kind of want to short this. I mean, I'd be surprised if this strong trend down just like turns around on a dime here, but it is right at 4 hour demand. I don't really want to short right above it. So I'd rather see this. It is possible we do one of those, you know, larger time frame bear flag type things, and you know, does a little something like that. Just kind of consolidates, grinds higher. You know, imagine being working on the trading floor of an actual legitimate hedge fund or whatever, and you talk about turtle soup. You're gonna laugh your ass straight to the elevators, man. Oh no, I'm gonna trade this turtle soup. Yeah, right, bro. They're kicking you out. Until the soup starts turtling. It's all fun and games until the soup starts turtling. That is, I think that's, Sun Tzu said that, right? You can see here, here's a 4 hour chart. You can see the demand zone that we just kind of bounced off of there. Right here, large impulse move up, basic candle, the opposite color. That turns that into a 4 hour demand zone. That demand zone is valid until the bottom wick. You leave in a Lambo that's like the repo man's chasing you down, and oh, it was Winston Churchill, not Sun Tzu, that said it's all fun and games till the soup starts turtling. Yeah, that sounds like him. Dom said, I'm only half listening. Just to confirm, Dan was talking about FEGs and said he used ChatGPT to code the market algo. Exactly. Kind of interested in shorting a little higher. I think that 50% retracement at 957 is kind of interesting. I think it's 957.5. Did you let your beard go full Grizzly Adams? It doesn't really work that way. It's not full enough to really be Grizzly Adams, and it'd be really uncomfortable. It just gets like, you know, itchy. Your food gets in it. It's just kind of a mess. It's not really what I'm after, you know. All right, here's 50% retracement. Not a bad spot to short. The problem is, ideally, you know, stop is above VWAP at that point. So it's just it's a decent amount of risk. If we can get up to like 960, then it's about, you know, 24 points of risk maybe. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, what about 960? Does it still look good as a short? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Don't short it. We got the bottom. It's going up now. I mean, did we get the bottom? How do you know? There's some good areas below I would love for us to visit. S1 would be pretty good, around 850s. It's not the most convincing buy up. It's a good bounce at demand. I'm not overly sold on this though. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Maybe I regret it. Maybe it's not the right move, but it makes sense to me. What's going on here? It's not letting me move my stop. Stop's not working, right? I think you should dust off your personal account and start building it again. I just... Dang. It just hasn't been my favorite price action to trade, so I'm not like eager to do that, you know? I don't know why my stop's not working. Let's just try... That is weird. Why is it doing that? Order rejected price is not valid. It is though, bro. I might just have to flatten this because I don't know what's going on. There's a spike up there. Oh, there's a little liquidity hunt there. Yeah, it's not letting me. Is that some news or something? How low can you go? Ended up being a pretty sick entry. 50% retracement, baby. Let's go. I'll take it off there. I didn't really feel comfortable with the bracket orders not working, you know? Ooh. Should I have waited for that sweep of the lows? I don't know. It's moving very fast now. Something's going on. Something is going on, and you know, it's Friday. Take the $775 bag. You know, why not? That was a nice sweep of the lows, though. I really like that. 50% retracements, maybe. I'm just gonna become a freaking fib trader, but just 50%. I deserved a gift after the last few days. That's nice. Honestly, that was like, you know, I don't see the news, but price precedes news, right? And that was the level I was looking at shorting. I got up to 960. Still didn't, you know, look like it was kind of, I didn't really buy it, you know, like I said, I drew it out. Maybe it's just a longer term bear flag, you know, and that's kind of exactly how it played out. And when that happens, I like to look for a top level, like that 50% retracement, for it to stall out at. And then, so that worked pretty nicely. Obviously, there's probably some other stuff going on that I benefited from there on that really fast drop. But again, price first, you know. U.S. prepares action targeting allies chip plants in China. What the fuck does that mean? Why are we targeting allies? I don't even know what that... Oh, maybe Iran's allies? Yeah, U.S. Treasury Department targets entities procuring machinery for Iran. Maybe that's it. If your stop did work, wouldn't you have gotten top ticks? Well, I don't know, because it was never really set in stone. I tried a few different placements of it, and it is quite possible it would have been top ticks. So maybe it was a blessing that it wasn't working. You know, blessing in disguise there. Because that would have been a huge bummer to get to top tick. Is political talk still banned? For the most part, yeah. I mean, if it's like a snippet of a news item, I'm going to talk about it, but we don't need to editorialize about our thoughts on the matter. It's just, you know, there's a million other places on the internet to go for that, you know? For the first time, Dan, I love your entry. Dang, for the first time? For the first time? I've had a few good ones. The one, the long on Wednesday was really good. Was it not? I think you would have loved that one, Griffin. And here's 1 hour demand. So on ES, this is a great spot for another buy up here. So let's just see. You know, it's going to be a good gauge of how strong the sellers actually are. If buyers still want a piece of this, if they're skittish now, this is a great spot to watch. Oh, sorry. This is the screen I thought I was on. This area here, 1 hour demand, 690 minute demand right here on ES. Makes for a fantastic spot to gauge strength from sellers and also see if buyers want to step in here again. Only thing that would have made this better is if you were shirtless. No, I don't agree with that. Nobody's trying to see my pasty ass skin. Where's the brother that was saying the bottom is in? Well, that's just why. That's why the "I told you so" comment is so obnoxious, right? It's because, okay, if the bottom was in and I got ran over, you could say "told you so." Okay, whatever, you know, like it's binary outcome. Either you're right or you're wrong. Either the bottom is in or it isn't, you know. So that's just a good example of why I don't like it when people say "told you so." It's not because of the fact I'm wrong. It's just because the fact that if you're wrong, you don't really, you just fade into the shadows. Interestingly, if that news didn't come out, he might have been right there. Yeah, you know what? Price precedes news, though. Like, there's so many times when we're just at such a key juncture and then a news item drops, you know, and then, you know, it's kind of confusing, you know, or sorry, confused. What am I saying? It's kind of oh, it's a coincidence, you know? Look at NAS. I mean, look at NAS and ES here. See that? See that divergence? Look at ES holding right there. I'm not trying to say it's counterintuitive. I'm just saying, like, you know, price will be at a key level where, you know, you're like, okay, if we hit this key level, I'm going to look and see if we can bounce away and take it long. And so, you know, you get in long, and then, you know, sometimes news comes out and helps you out right around there. I don't know. It could be a series of things, you know. It could be a little news reaction plus, you know, organic market movement anyhow, and one just adds fuel to the fire. Thanks, Brewer. Have a great weekend as well, man. Well, you know, it's just about just making a plan. In that case, I was expecting, you know, at demand, maybe we get a little bounce here, and maybe that bounce is not really that strong, and it stalls out. So where might it stall out at? I use 50% retracements a lot because honestly, they're really freaking money. So making a plan and then just putting risk on, you know, that's all. That's all you can ever do, right? Look at ES though. As NQ continues to make new lows, ES still holding pretty well here. So I would not be surprised. I mean, NAS has been leading for the most part, so I wouldn't be surprised though if we do get a little bit of a bounce here. But let's see. It's really turned into a bearish session after everything looking really good into open. Down and short of 115, down to POC. Nice. Most of the time my entries are very late. Sorry to say that. No, I don't take offense to that. I would agree with you a lot of times. I would definitely agree with you. There's a lot of times my entries I feel like are shit. And I always say, like, good entries are so much easier to manage correctly, you know. That's why it's so important. I think that's what you got to be humble as a trader, look to improve, or the market's going to humble you. All right, more lows on NAS. Okay, NAS taking us down. We got 800 next. I don't have any other key levels other than we got Sunday open, which I don't know, but 800 would be the next area of interest to watch. What if it's going for the pre-market gap? I mean, I think, okay, pre-market gap. So let's see, I'm looking at Qs. They filled it. And so then we have the gap right here. That's down in the 740s, right? So 700 to 740-ish. Wow, wow, wow. That was a fast drop to 800, wasn't it? Oh, I kind of wish I held that 50% retracement short, don't I? I would have almost certainly taken profit, as ES is sitting on demand. I almost, if I didn't take profit when I did, I almost certainly, I would highly doubt I would have held this for this 800 drop. But I do have to take a pee break, so I'll be right back. All right. How we doing, chat? Think we get a hammer candle here for the low? Or you like the 1 minute hammer candle? I usually like that. I prefer a 5 minute hammer. Because I think 1 minute hammers just, they can happen too often. Yeah. I think a better sweep of 800 here, because we stopped at like 803 or something. Let's actually sweep some liquidity here at 800 first. There we go. Push, push. So new lows there. That was 799.5. So there we go. Now I'd look to see if we can put a hammer in on the 5. Otherwise, maybe we just sink lower. You know, maybe it is that 700, that close price at 703. Or Sunday open. Overnight lows at 46. We still have some targets down below. So, you know, let's see if that plays out. It's a pretty crazy drop. Pretty crazy drop off the highs. What is that? 325 points. There we go. I mean, haven't had those kind of moves in a while, seems. To the downside, especially. Grab some apex and full port short on a day like this. Yeah, you know, gotta be careful of those retracements, though. wonder if the rally over the last few weeks is coming to a slow end. I'm kind of looking for it. Looking for the rally to... The rally seems so disconnected, so I am looking for signs of it. Signs of buyers to be a little bit more skittish. Would not be surprised now to get a move. Maybe to 900. Maybe to IBL. Something like that. Maybe there's a little bit more juice on the move. I don't know. I would not be surprised. Yeah, you stand by what you said a few days ago. The 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily looking pretty bearish. I mean, after you said that, we did close pretty red that day, right? I remember looking at it, I was like, well, yeah, I guess you were right, because it didn't really seem overly... I wasn't feeling a certain type of way about it, but I would agree with you now for sure. I would say 4 hours looking pretty bearish to me. Daily looking a little bit toppy, right? So depending on how we close today, yeah, it's looking a little bit toppy. 1 hour, I agree. 1 hour is looking pretty, obviously after all that selling, 1 hour is going to look pretty bearish, and I would agree it does. So yeah, I think you're pretty right on. So let's see. I'm watching here to see if we can get a little bounce. I don't think I want to long it after all that selling. I'm not champing at the bit to long. But, well, I don't know. It is possible I could be talked into a long at some point, actually. Just maybe like a 20-point trade or something. Yeah, you never know if there's gonna be some like trade deal that comes out and all of a sudden the market rallies off that. You know, doesn't really take much to excite the market these days. Has anyone seen a new Mission Impossible yet? Slash, how was it? Seen what? A new Mission Impossible. Final Reckoning. New lows there, new lows. All right, so overnight lows maybe is the best target down here. You're gonna see 28 years later. I would see that if, I don't think Rachel would like that, so. You know, I got the AMC stub, whatever, the movie pass thing where I could see like as many movies as I want pretty much. I saw the first a very, very long time ago. I never saw 28 weeks later. Coming in on last month's close. See, I don't even look at the months. Let's see. 1 month. Let's look at NASDAQ. I have last month's close around 600. Is that correct? All right, Zachary, catch you later, man. Honestly, don't hate the short side. Just looking for a scalp down 40 points or so. To me, it looks like it's going to continue. Let's see if I could just short a pop. Let's see if this bites me or not here. I don't know why these brackets are not working. Man, that's weird. Come on, Volumetrica. There's dozens of us relying on your brackets. Dozens. What do I want? I want like 46. Yeah, that's annoying. Whatever. I'll have to flatten manually, I guess. Volumetric is the go. Basically, everyone uses it. Yeah. Explain what platform are you using? Comments in chat. What up, Dan? How you doing, man? Might give them a shot. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, they're fine. The copy trader hasn't really worked for me. Still in beta. But I like a little better than Trade of 8. At the short between 809.5 and 817.5. Now you tell me, Paul. I'm already short, bro. I want to see overnight lows get hit. That's what I want. ES bouncing off the S1 pivot. Like the copy trader doesn't work, Grizz, is what I'm saying. At least not for me. I do have a Discord, yeah. Exclamation point Discord in chat if you want to join. It's free. Alright, I might just I gotta find a way to hop out of this. Place buy stop. Dude, why is it doing that? That is so weird. Price not valid. It's absolutely valid. I swear it. Very strange, man. Very strange. There we go. I just had to refresh, I guess. think only one user can use brackets at a time there. That's all they can handle. I think I'm just gonna chalk that up as a stupid mistake there. All right, I'm out of there. Maybe the pop higher still is reasonable. Sammy, I'm gonna see if Apex will just hook me up. So if I were you, if you're looking for to reset, I would wait for July 4th discount. But I'm gonna pull my influencer strings and get some free accounts because I work hard and I deserve it. No, because gotta use what little clout I have for financial gain. Yep. Should you be upset because it was a bad day discipline-wise, but lucky making over half the profit target on your eval? Well, I think you should be thankful you got lucky, but then also realize you did get lucky, and it's not because you did good, it's because you got lucky. So, you know, just tighten up. Tighten up going into, like, be happy with it, but then tighten up going into the next week. Be like, okay, that's obviously not sustainable, you know, let's fix that. Get lucky 10 times in a row, you could be a billionaire. Imagine if you did that, like on a Wall Street bet style thing, like take a 10K Robinhood account. You like break Robinhood. You're gonna run into some liquidity problems, obviously, but just imagine. It's fun to imagine. You become freaking legendary. $10K to $1 million happens all the time on Wall Street bets. Yeah. Also, 10K to 0 happens all the time too. They just don't. Not as many people post about it. Alrighty. What time is it? 10:13. Okay, maybe another 15. See if anything else looks good. What's up? I'm doing good. How you doing? Trader Fath. Am I saying that right? I don't remember. Fath? How's the week been? It's been all right. Wednesday went from green to red, so I was kind of disappointed in myself. Yeah, you know, it was a tricky week. I kind of expected that. So small, or, you know, it's hard when you have, you know, you have combines and fund accounts. It's like sometimes some are green, the others are red, and vice versa. So you kind of, it's like, well, which one do I care about the most? You know, generally funded accounts. So a little red on the MFFE one this week. Took a Topstep payout and then blew 2 MFFU combines and 1 Topstep XFA. Yeah. So yeah, mixed bag, right? You know, you're like, well, I got a payout. That's good. What's up, RX? How you doing? We swept the gap liquidity from yesterday, so it might reverse to uptrend now. What was on ES then? What gap liquidity? I didn't think we swept it yet. That was down at 740s. It's the start of it. Appreciate the support, Trading Academy. Thank you. My favorite app to make music, Ableton. Ableton's my favorite. It's hard to beat for production. If I ever used FL Studio, I like way back in the day I tried it like once, but I didn't really like it. My favorite sounding instrument. One of my favorite instruments is pedal steel. We bought a pedal steel a few years ago, and we just haven't. We got to take some lessons. I got to learn how to play that thing. No, Ableton's on PC too. I wouldn't say most use it, but it's very popular. What's pedal steel? Oh man. Well, I put mine away, but it's awesome. Pedal steel, yeah. You hear it a lot in like kind of more country music, which I don't really listen to, but it looks like this. You got pedals and like a fretboard. So and then you use like a metal slide to slide between the frets. It's really, really good sounding. Sorry, chat, I was on the phone here. I did go long here, looking for like 25 points or so. I gotta deal with something. I'll be right back. All right, chat. How we doing here? Looks like not paid yet on this long here. Getting close here. Getting close. Can we get a little bit more push? I'm looking for 81. 81 3/4. Essentially, we got IBL at like 88. Looking for a little bit less than that. Let's go copying / fading Dan. Oh, you feel free, man. Feel free. If you want to sit and drawdown, be my guest. Close to the fill there. Close to the fill. Ooh, very, very close to the fill. Not yet acquired. I got another phone call. Hang on. I'm popping. Are you on like 850 today? Yeah, like on a combine. Like who cares? Rather be green on a funded and red on a, I don't know. Combine. Ain't talking about fading this trade. I mean, this is a fine trade. There's maybe a couple ticks from the fill. Let's see if I can get it here. There we go. All right, so made back a little bit of that profit from earlier. Not bad, 670 on this one. I think that's 3 trades. 3 trades on some MFFU account. Let's see what happens here at IBL. Here's IBL, the dashed line right here. It's a good spot to look for. See if sellers still want a piece of this, or maybe they're exhausted now. Let's see. Demand zone's invalid. Delete that. Do have a bit of a, maybe there's like a trend line here. It looks like it may have broken, but there's probably something. Yeah, broke that there. ES has, it's already above its IBL. We got PDH and VWAP, a pretty good spot to look for. Potential retest. How much percent profit do you aim for daily? I don't aim for a percent profit or anything. I just look for setups and trade what the market will give me, you know. Jacob, what trade are you in? Let's see, I'm scrolling up here. Your take profit is 21,999. Okay, so you're long. I don't know when you got long, but GG's. Yeah, NQ's been pretty decent today, Rob. Nice. I mean, we had a nice rejection at the zone I had marked out and pre-market, and nice move to VWAP, and then obviously nice little downtrend formed. What's up, Mal? You're looking for yesterday's low. 650 and a quarter. I was looking for overnight lows first. You know, 746. Be nice. So it looks like ES is gonna give VWAP a little tap. Just happy it isn't super choppy. Yeah, I think we can all get on board with that. At least it's pretty decent price action. You do way better with YM, but you base all the trades of what around what ES is doing. Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it. I do that. I mean, there's a reason why I have ES up every single day. I think that's I think it's really helpful. There's plenty of meat left on that bone on that long trade I took, but I was happy to get just take a scalp. So tomorrow is our 7-year wedding anniversary. So that's cool. Monday is my 37th birthday. So we'll do a birthday live stream on Monday. So come by, hang out. We'll do like a giveaway or something. We'll do some fun stuff. Well, I'll do at least a giveaway. I can't promise anything else will be fun. But yeah. Birthday shirtless stream. I'll wear my birthday suit on my birthday. No, I'm not gonna do that. 24-hour pool stream. Does that mean I just pee in the pool too? So yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend and then a fun Monday. Love your videos. Thanks, Koki. Appreciate it. Okay, there's ES, VWAP, and PDH as highlighted by this ellipse. Beautiful Crayola drawing there for you, free of charge. Okay, Pinata. Okay. All right. I wish I would have stayed in this long trade. I got out like what, 40 points ago? It's pretty good. It's all good though. I'm a year your senior. But who could tell? Who could tell? Been gone for 20 minutes or so. Did you miss anything? Yeah. There is the chance of a shirtless live stream on Monday. It's my birthday. So tune in for that. I'll give away like an Apex account or two or something. How about this? I'll do my funded futures giveaway and an Apex giveaway on Monday. So whichever your flavor, you get it doubles your chances of winning. Gonna make new music? Yeah. Haven't had time lately. But yeah, I got a lot of work in progress tracks to finish up. I appreciate that, Andrew. All right, so far VWAP rejection on ES there. Any special projects you're working on? Well, finishing up the short film that Rachel wrote and directed in over Labor Day last year. So we're finishing that up. I just been working on the trailer for that, and I think it's really, really cool. It's really fun. And you'll definitely like it if you're into pop punk and emo music in the mid-aughts. You'll definitely like it. If not, I think you still might enjoy it. But it's really cool. So that's been something we've been working on. It's going well so far. Red on this Eve Combine thing, and green on the My Funded Features funded. How long do I usually stream on here? Usually 2. Usually I'm done by right about now. Usually between 10:30 and 11 Central Time is when I finish up. Usually price action gets a little bit, dies down a bit, and my win rate dies down as well. So I usually just like the action earlier on. All right, so if ES is going to pop higher, let's see if NAS gets a VWAP tap and maybe subsequent rejection. Something to watch there. Kind of a quiet stream today. We didn't break 200 viewers today. Wow. I don't know when the last time that happened was, if ever. That's all right though. Yo, there's like free alpha in my Crayolas. Come on. How long have I been doing YouTube for? Since 2017. I've been streaming for over a year now. I think I started last March. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but you know I can get 1,000+ viewers. Everyone outside is enjoying the sun. Is there sun outside? Where I'm at is gray, bleak as hell. Oh yeah, I'm a YouTube vet for sure, man. I've been around. Been around for a bit now. All right, if we want this uptrend to continue, let's look for 900 hold. If 900 gives up, I'm just going to do a 50% retracement. And that puts us right at IBL. So this is a good pullback spot to watch if you want more upside. You're in Tennessee and it's been raining every day for like 2 months now. Jeez. I'll be going to Tennessee in a few weeks. Going to Memphis. What's up, Jose? How you doing, man? You've never been to West Tennessee? Oh, take the trip. Why not? Evan, how do you even know about these American puns about Tennessee? I'm impressed. All right, watching to see here if IBL wants to hold. Maybe we're going to turn around before that level. Games, I kind of got to get out of here. I've got to hit the gym earlier today than usual. I can maybe do one round of time guesser if you guys want. I'm still going to watch for that level to hit. I would consider taking a long off that. Oh. Is this Paris? What do you guys think? Is that the sun? That's what I think this is, but I don't really know. I mean, it could be other places. London, yeah. I mean, all these European cities have like rivers that go through them and nice bridges and, you know. Where's Botan? Is Botan in chat? See you, Froggy. Have a good weekend. Is that Big Ben? Is that? Doesn't look so big from here. Chester, stop barking, buddy. Jeez. Huh. I need someone in chat to I need one. I have two people saying London. I just need one other person. Is that? I can't tell. It's so freaking misty and such an old photo. I think it's the 20s. I think we're in the roaring 20s here. All right. I got enough people saying London. I'll do London. And Tachyon, you say 24. I was already in the 20s, so I'll adjust to 24. I'm cool with that. Ben isn't pointy. That's why I don't think that's Big Ben, but it could still be London. I just think that's something else. All right, 24 London. Ah, I was right. Chat, you did me dirty. Come on. I mean, it wasn't Paris, but it was France. Wait, was the time correct? I didn't even look. I don't even know how close I was on time. What the hell is this? Oh, that's Notre Dame, right? Is that Notre Dame burning? That's dark. Yeah, that's kind of messed up, bro. Where is it? I stayed by Notre Dame once when I was there. There it is. And this happened in like 2019 or something. I was there in 2018 and it happened like pretty soon after. So I think it's 2019. Yeah, 2019. Spot on. Meanwhile, watching here, this is that level on NASDAQ that I wanted to watch for, see if buyers want to reload. Looks like we have, what is it, Celtics and Knicks? Boston Celtics, 60, 63, 63. So we might be in the 60s. Maybe later. Is that Russell? Didn't Russell play on the Knicks at one point? This might be 70s. Is Larry Bird out there? Nah. 60s or 70s, I think. Maybe 72, and this is at this is in Boston. This is at the, what's their place called? I forget. Is it called the TD Garden now? I know it's the Boston Garden, right? Did they rename it to something else? Looks like we might be dipping below IBL there. Anyone chat now about that Boston Stadium, Boston Garden? Is it called the TD Garden? Maybe they changed the name. I'm gonna do that. Spot on. Wow. Perfect score. 1972 at the Boston Garden. Nailed that shit. All right. Looks like we got Marco Rubio. We got some old people. Saudi Arabia. This serious dude. I'm thinking this is like 2018. And this might be in DC or something. So, you know, it's what? It's Saudi Arabia, France, and America. Maybe they're meeting in France? No trading? You know, I'm looking at the charts, but I already took most of my trades. It's later in the session. I don't normally take as many trades here, so we're just doing this for a little fun on Friday here. This might be in France or something. I don't know, actually. This seems more... Oh, is that the Russian flag? My bad. Still have Topstep accounts? No. Well, I mean, the one in the background's a Topstep Combine, but... Saudi somewhere, okay. Just do Riyadh then. I don't know where else. 2025. But Riyadh. Yeah, Tom, sorry, you touched too late there. This looks like... Is this? Yo, I was thinking this is Moscow. Is that a Chinese embassy or something? What is that? How much is it all in on Bookmap? It's a monthly fee, so it just depends on which version you get. I think it's $40 a month for like the cheapest. What year is like pretty much impossible to tell. This photo is very grainy, so it could be a film photo. It doesn't have to be, but it does look kind of filmish. So if it's film, nice drop here, nice drop. I'm gonna go maybe more in like the 70s or 80s. I guess I don't know enough about like when they built the, I mean, it seems old. I'm gonna go like 98. It's 91. Not bad though, not a bad guess. That's a decent round. Trying to get around 45,000 for a pretty good round. That's pretty good actually. All right, you're short. GG's. I'm going to go ahead and head out. So join me Monday for a birthday stream. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and well, I'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a good one. What? Say again? Oh, I'll see you on the flippity flop. Okay, bye.